Happy Tuesday, everybody. We are continuing our November topic of female fitness myths, and today's myth is the pervasive one, that proper form is the same for women as it is for men. And I want to say, no, it's not. It's actually quite different. What's normal when it comes to elbow angle, knee angle, hip angle, weight distribution is completely different for women when compared to men. Okay, it's not the same. Think about how they identify skeletal remains, and I won't stay too long on this. I understand it is morbid, but we can pinpoint age, male, female, like a number of characteristics just from skeletal remains alone. And that's because our bodies are different, not because all skeletal remains are the same. Some are smaller, some are larger, and we're guessing that it's a child or a woman, right? We have different bodies, okay? And I'm speaking in general terms. There will be, variety and a spectrum for all men and for all women and for all children. That's okay, okay? But generally speaking, a female body is quite different to a male body, which means proper form needs to change depending on who you're training, okay? So if we just talk about proper form from stronglifts.com for a bench press, okay? They say lie on the bench with your eyes under the bar, grab the bar with a medium grip width, unrack the bar by straightening your arms, lower it to your mid-chest, and then press the bar back until your arms are straight. And that sounds super simple, right? But because women's bodies are different, we actually have a different sternal angle. So this T-shaped bone here, ours is flatter than a man's. So if we were to follow that advice, we would have a slight internal rotation of our shoulders, and we would be doing our bench press using our anterior deltoids and the top part of our pecs, not the belly of our pec majors, which I assume is the purpose of doing a bench press for most people. Furthermore, because of this sternal angle, we have a different angle at the shoulder, and we have different elbow angle called the carrying angle to men. So for us to do a proper bench press, we need to lift that and take our hands out wider, okay? Then we're going to get the bulk of our chest muscles. Okay, and this is something we're going to have to think about with all exercises. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of them now. So proper form is not the same. Women have different vulnerabilities. We have different strengths. We have different needs from our personal trainers. Okay, if we revisit ACL injury, for example, depending on the study you read, women are 2.5 to 9 times more likely to rupture their ACL than their male athlete counterparts, okay? And this is multifaceted. For sure, some of it is the fact that women get paid less, so they often have to hold down jobs as well. And then they're often time poor. They can't put the time into rehab and prehab. But some of it is because we have different hormones and hormone fluctuations. Some of it is because we have a different pelvis and different femur angle. Some of it is because we have flatter feet more generally. And in sporting populations, sports scientists and professional sporting leagues are now developing female-specific assessment tools and training protocols to counteract some of these issues. And personal trainers need to do the same, okay? Now, without prescribing what proper form is for an average female body, we look at bodies all day, every day, right? Personal trainers are in a fabulous position to recognize patterns, all right? All you have to do is start looking. Understand that women have generally flatter feet. Understand that we have relatively wider hips to our shoulders. Understand that we have a different shaped pelvis, and our pelvic floor is different. Our pelvic floor also has to withstand different pressures to men's. We have a different rib cage, like totally differently shaped ribs, okay? We have different normal angles at our sternum, at our shoulders, at our elbows, at our knees, and at our hips. Okay, all those things are going to change what a good squat looks like. It's going to change what a good bench press looks like. And that's not bad. And it doesn't mean we're going to lift less or we're weaker or we're less than. It just means we understand that women have different physiologies, okay, because our bodies are built for a different purpose. Proper form will vary from person to person, and that's fine, but it will be quite different for a male body compared to a female body. And that's why I don't like to lock female bodies into machines like hydraulic machines or pin loaded machines that are designed on an average man's body, unless it's specifically designed for a female body. Things like our femur length to torso ratio are different. You lock someone into like a chair shaped machine that doesn't fit them, and it's a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for either building on niggles. You may not injure them outright, but they just might not feel good in their joints. Okay, and women are at risk of being injured at much higher rates than men. Like the smallest study I could find, it's 2.5 times the rate of men, and part of that is our ignorance, unfortunately. So it's a myth that our proper form is the same, and I am fine if you feel like offering feedback, and I'm fine if you have some comments or questions. Let me know, and I'll talk to you next week.